Welcome back. Still doing the rounds, aren't we? Here in St. Ark, we've got one final area. Here. Cathedral Square. We'll be going to war this afternoon. The 4th Armored Division is by far our strongest asset. Whatever moves they make will surely impact the course of battle as we know it. Either way you look at it, our forces are overwhelmingly superior. Calvard has no hope of victory. I just hope they surrender before the bullets of Erebonia harm the lives of innocent Calvardians. The front line advances to Calvard cities, so but guaranteed civilians will get caught in the crossfire. All that bloodshed could be avoided. They'd only surrender before the war breaks out. Indeed. From the looks of it, Kleist & Co. is starting to make deliveries to Albion Garden as well. I know there's been a lot of nasty rumors circling around them lately, but they really came through for us. They're at the top of their game right now, if you ask me. We may be rivals, but I don't see them as enemies. Perhaps I can learn from such a big company. And get a clear shot at that massive thing from the residential district. It's a shiver down my spine just looking at it. Since it appeared, I had a hard time focusing on work. Just filled with all these thoughts about the war. It's got me real anxious. And it would do. Even so, we cannot just display them. That's right, Phantom Thief B must have stolen from somewhere. Were you talking about Phantom Thief B just now? Oh my, pardon our behavior. Received a letter from the man himself, you see. It says, it would be a shame for this magnificent work to be lost in the chaos of war. I entrust it to you, dearest manager. It's accompanied by this lovely painting. Phantom Thief B just does whatever he wants. It's difficult to predict as always. This painting, can't help but think it could be the one that was rumored to have been stolen. I entrust it to you, he says. I must have thought this through. It'll be a problem for us if he leaves stolen goods here. It's not like this is the first time Phantom Thief B's done this to us after all. I guess I'll just start investigating where this painting came from. I've spoken to Phantom Thief B. You know, he's profoundly intelligent. If he comes back, I'd like to discuss art with him. Interesting. No dots up there. Not many people in here. Okay. Let's get you first. I suspect my master is giving orders to the front line just about now. I'm worried beyond a doubt, but he is a descendant of one of the Emperor Atrocious' loyal vassals. Okay. Have faith he'll command the troops and himself in a way that makes the best of everyone's abilities. Oh, you will stay safe, won't you, Lord Manfred? Just standing around and worrying isn't going to change a thing. I'm going to the church to pray for my master's safety. You do that. Welcome. How'd you like some freshly squeezed, guaranteed delicious juice? This store's back on its feet and then some. I just knew this would work out. If you can keep this up, the farm will get back into shape too. How much you like some freshly squeezed juice? Juice. Welcome, welcome. How about some delicious juice? Ever since I started working with Rekka, this juice store sales have just boomed. Couldn't believe it at first. Our mirror inventory problems are gone. This store's not going anywhere anytime soon, don't you worry. In troubling times like these, we all need something to refresh us, don't you say? You have to quench your thirst. Might be feeling anxious with war almost upon us. It's only natural. But letting yourself get down or panicking isn't going to make anything better. Try one of our juices. It'll cleanse your palate in more ways than one. We'll have a smoothie then, even though we didn't have the last one. And it's still in our pocket apparently. Here you are. Fridge pocket. Fiona advised us about the recital. It's scheduled to take place before noon today. Lucky Hyams and Lord Altheim are both helping this time. Hope this performance can be a shining light in people's lives. I'd really like to see my sister's recital, but I should focus on what I need to do. War is a terrible thing, but we're in no place to question the government. I want to make sure we do what we can to ease the anxiety of the residents. The day the war starts is finally here. There's no longer any turning back, is there? People in Heimdall are so thrilled at the chance to defeat Calvard. But I just can't understand that sentiment at all. To me, that mysterious pillar feels like something that goes against Adios. I no longer know where righteousness lies. Adios, please guide this chaotic country to the right path. The olive seedling we planted has taken root. Hope it'll grow up to be big and strong and fruitful. Do you know what olives represent in the language of flowers? The right answer is peace. This word seems to be in the distant future for Erebonia and Calvard. But we have to keep striving for it, or it'll never happen. That goes for all of you as well. I know that if you have hope for the future, you'll get the results you want. It's hard to believe in peace when the situation seems so desperate. If we just believe and persevere, then peace will become a reality. I genuinely believe that. Believe it all you want, mate. Once the war begins, the atmosphere will be even more restless and uneasy. There'll be so little we can do. But it's been decided that Fiona will still put on recitals. We're prepared to do everything in our power to bring peace of mind back to the people. We could be calm when they're about to live through a war. We decided to do everything in our power so that the people can obtain some peace of mind, even if it's only temporary. I heard about it from the second in command of the Grailsritter. You're going to head into that thing they call the Imperial Fortress, aren't you? Alright, the operation starts today at noon. In that case, please take this. Oh, thank you. This is something very precious. I believe that you can find a hopeful future for all of us. This is all I can do for you, but I pray that the light of hope will be along the path you tread. Thank you, Archbishop Ramsden. We'll use this carefully. The Ashen Chevalier who carries the light of hope, despite being burdened by the actions of the past, among other things. I believe that you will find tomorrow where we have a future. Hopefully. Yeah, so we did everyone on this road, didn't we? So I went to the mansion to discuss the requisitioning of essential supplies. I was even able to speak to Marquis Yarms. Did you tell him that there will soon be no grain available to us? I did, and the Marquis took a remarkable interest in all I had to say. They're planning to put aside emergency stores for the whole of Sutherland at least. They also intend on planting crops in Keldick to replace the missing wheat. It's wonderful, dear. Those measures are sure to help out a lot of people. Indeed they will. His Lordship invited me to consult on the distribution of goods in Sutherland and beyond. With all the paperwork and whatnot, I'm going to be busy. Do you think you can wait a little longer for our quiet retirement? I can't think of any reason to object to the plan. Besides, you never needed to ask. I'll always be here waiting for you. Everything livens up when my husband is around. His body may have aged, but his heart will always be dedicated to doing good work. I'm retired from the food agency, sure, but my knowledge from back then could still come in handy in a pinch. I want to do all I can to help Marquis Yarms, not to mention my dear wife. Of course. St. Ark is far from Calvard's front line, so we don't have so much to worry about. Can't help feeling anxious all the same. Though it's only a few hours away. Maybe I should tune into the radio. I'll have to head home soon. Where? I'm sorry, Rico. Or Rico. Mummy isn't feeling too good. There. That's a good boy. Where? Good boy. Miss Fiona is doing a music class in church today. Mama and Rico have been looking really upset. They listen to the music, maybe they'll feel better, just like I did. Well, hopefully they'll feel a little bit better at least. Oh, hello everyone. Good to see you, Rean. I could say the same. Long time no see, Ron, Morris. For sure, thanks for helping us out before. Because of the government, we're stuck with only being able to play military music. But we took Elliot's advice to heart. We can arrange whatever we're given in a way that suits our own musical spirits. Wow. Well, in that case, I better not slack off either. What all are you doing here in St. Ark, though? We're here to help with Fiona's recital. It's quite a trek out here, but the message we want to send with our music is just the same as hers. We're going to pour our hearts and souls into it. It's the least we could do to inspire some hope in everyone's suffering right now. I'm sure my sister will be glad to have you helping her out. I'll do my part to create hope through music, too, every chance I get. I'm sure we can all pull through this together. Elliot's been really worried about us. But we've resolved to never lose sight of the power of music again. St. Ark will feel our passion in today's recital. It's been so chaotic since that strange fortress appeared in Heimdall. Some even welcome its arrival. It's scarier in a way. But now is the perfect time to show off the power of music. I pour my heart and soul into this recital. I believe in the power of music just the same. I want our message to resonate with everyone. Yep, I'm assuming you're all going to be the same. Ah, hello! Welcome back. Good work with your training in the North Highlands. It was as productive as it was thanks to your contributions, Lord Michelin. Received notice of the date of the war while we were in Nord. I saw airships and armored divisions moving through. It was a sight to behold, I'll tell you. And what about Wanda? Ah yes, well, just don't be surprised when I tell you. Somehow, I can speak to Kaiser Dice now. Honest. Excuse me, are you kidding around with me? Wanda? I swear I'm not kidding you. I think he's feeling guilty about all the trouble he caused the other day. It really made me worry before, but we're all square now. No. What's the matter with Kaiser Dice? He says there's a black wind blowing over today, and that some grave misfortune may befall us. We need to be careful. In horse language, of course. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to be on our guard. His instincts are hard to be trifled with. No. He says if there's any emergency, the three of us can ride on his back. And all he asks for in return is some extra carrots. This is difficult to swallow, but I suppose the important thing is that you two are going to be an even closer team from here on. A clean victory at the races after the war isn't just a dream, it's a sure thing. Can't believe how much impact just a few days in the wild has had. Wondering Kaiser Dice, no one's going to hold a candle to us. I don't know what will happen to me after the war, but I'm counting the seconds until we race yet again. And you thought I was weird for saying I could understand the horses. Never thought Wanda would do so well. It's almost unbelievable, but I'm convinced no one could beat him and Kaiser Dice. We should go to the conscription office and tell Polmack about all this. I want to speak to Wanda. Wanda, there. Even if it was only for a short time. Haven't I got to roam around the North Highlands? There are no distractions out there. Just got the open air and the perfect chance to sharpen your mind. And now that Kaiser Dice and I have forged an inseparable bond of friendship, we're right together in perfect sync. Good. Can I not speak to you? Like, come on there. No. Oh, very well. Spoke to you? Yep. The war starts today. We're just getting more and more orders from military uniforms. Looks like they're going to keep conscripting soldiers. I'm worried. I don't even know when my own draft card order might appear. Perhaps this is selfish to say, but I pray that the Imperial Army ends the war quickly. Considering all the orders we're getting for uniforms, they must still be conscripting troops. Perhaps it's selfish of me to say. Quickly, I should check the shop. Nope, we're good there. Okay. I've heard that Marquis Arms is finally going to start distributing rations in the Sutherland province. Marquis is a reliable man to take action so quickly after his return. Honestly, this talk of war is getting me down. I'm just so relieved. Looks like we'll be able to avoid going over budget now. At Marquis Arms' discretion, we'll start providing rations to the Sutherland province. It's later than the other provinces, but I'm glad that the Marquis is looking out for us. I happened to pass by the residential district on my way home from work. Couldn't believe it when a strange white pillar suddenly appeared. Just can't believe that it could be a weapon. But if it isn't a weapon, then what else could it be? I have a bad feeling about this. I should probably tell my husband to be careful. Passed by the residential district on my way home from work. Can't believe it when a strange white pillar suddenly appeared. Can't believe that it could be a weapon. But if it is a weapon, then what else could it be? By thinking about this, I should probably tell my husband to be careful. I should check the shop. Strawberry packet, we don't need them anymore. Didn't need them anyway, I didn't use the item, did I? Word of your plans has made its way to me. The influence of the curse in St. Ark isn't as strong, so I couldn't really sense the Great Twilight. When I see the fortress and the pales, I can't help but feel the end of the world is nearing. I'm trusting this heavy burden to you all. The only thing left for me to do is to watch what follows. I'll pray for your success and safety. Please save us. No, the future of our world as we know it. Leave it to us. We won't let you down. Maybe. If I can help you with anything other than weapons, it's probably information. Right? Unfortunately, I don't know any more about the army or government's movements than you do. But earlier I noticed those braces from the Burl seem to be heading towards the ruins of that village. You all have business with them, and perhaps you should head there as well. I already did. That is complete, mate. You don't need to worry about that. Welcome, welcome. You all look like you're on edge. Well, I guess it'd be strange if you weren't nervous. War does start at noon today, after all. It might be bad to say this right now, but war really is illogical. So many irrational things occur, it's so exhausting. Really looking forward to the time when I can enjoy reading in peace again. Did you hear? The radio drama started up again yesterday. I was like, totally shocked. It has such a deep storyline that made me think about the war. It must have been a special broadcast. I hope that Abentime also comes back again soon. Proverbs. Right, so that's us done as St. Ark, so let's start making our way around Ordis, the port city. But actually, I'm going to start over on Old Lemaire Road. What do we got here? A friend of mine got drafted the other day. Been thinking about him ever since. I hope he doesn't die. Oh dear. Today's the first day of the war. All our customers have been really on edge. I used to think of this whole conflict as just between Erebonia and Calvard. It had nothing to do with us Northumbrians. Can't help but feel for the people of the Empire. Being tossed around by forces beyond their control. Just the same as we were. I can't listen to the radio for a while once my shift's over. I feel like I have to know how this war turns out, even if I can't do a thing about it. I haven't had many customers in today. I can't listen to the radio for a while once we've closed up shop. Maybe I'd better invite Artem along too. You know, he's been quite the little horticulturist lately. Must be all that time spent with Adel. It's given him a newfound focus. Hardly ever wanders off the way he used to. In fact, he's probably watering the plants out front as we speak. Make sure you go and say hi to him, okay? Of course. We finally have our chance to strike back at Calvard. Noon can't come fast enough, that's what I say. We'll pay them back 100 times over the way His Majesty suffered. Oh dear. It's a big relief knowing that Vander swordsmen are traveling around helping out wherever they can. Gabriel and I are going to follow suit and see if there's anything we can do here in our own neighborhood. Adele's, or Adel's, out there fighting for what she believes in. The very least we can do is keep the place in order for her until she gets back. And keep this place in order for Adel. Gal's got enough warriors on her plate as it is. Don't you folks go pushing yourselves either. We'll be here waiting on you to come back safely. We have to push ourselves into the world otherwise. Heard rumors that giant pillars have been appearing all over the Empire. Oh no, it's happening all over again, isn't it? There can't be it. Northumbrian disaster been long since over. Sorry. Lost my cool for a moment there. Oh no, it's fine. This man and his family are from Northumbria, as I recall. Those pillars are different from the salt pale, but it's easy to see why they stir up some bad memories. My apologies again. Didn't mean to unsettle you all or anything. Adel isn't here right now. She had to leave on an important errand. She won't be back for a while, so I'll be taking care of the place until then. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try to help in whatever way I can. The war's finally starting this afternoon. Who knows what'll happen from here on? Might never get to see my hometown again. So just have to concentrate on keeping Bella and Autumn safe, well, Adel's away. And right now, that means putting every bit of my heart and soul into keeping this place running. So if there's anything you need, anything at all, please don't hesitate to ask. No, right there. No one upstairs, right? Autumn outside then. Hey, guess what? Adel said she'd let me take these flowers back to my village. I can't wait. We hardly get any flowers around where I live. But I'm gonna work hard to take care of these ones. One day I'm gonna grow a whole bunch of them. I bet Adel will really like that. Up you grow, little flowers, up you grow. Someday I'll take these seeds that Adel gave me and plant them back home. Grow so many flowers, it'll take days to show her all of them. Nope, not the doggy. The doggy. Woof woof. Oh, so there's water over here. That's so cool. Thanks for telling me, Gabe. Arf. Yes, quite. Wait a minute, you... Mr. Kurt! I thought we'd run into you here. Hello, Van, Helen. It's good to see you. If I remember right, these two are disciples of the Vendor School. You may have already heard, but Matthias and Aurea have been sending us disciples all over the Empire to help those in need. A lot of people are panicking over the recent appearance of the Pales. We've been busy trying to calm them down. Not only that, but the railways and roads have been congested lately. Act as escorts for those who want to travel by foot. That's commendable. Good work, you two. That aside, you've really grown since we last saw you, Master Kurt. Try not to get bogged down with thoughts of duty or obligations. Let your heart guide your blade. And don't worry about losing your way. You are and will always be a vendor, so be proud in what you do. Thank you, Vend. That means a lot. I swear as a member of Class VII, and as a vendor, I will protect all that I can. Right then, now that we've eaten our fill here at the Rest Lodge, let's say we go patrol around the Aragon Mines. Sure thing, Van. Let's go. In the name of the Vendor School, let's help out as many people as possible. Alright, are we done in this area? Seems to be. Right, so let's head over to Ordis, the port city. So where's the salt pail around here? You should be able to see it, right? Do we normally be able to see the birds like that? There it is. It's like, I suppose it does have like a sort of like a whitey look to it, doesn't it? Yeah. Listen up. Kleist & Co. has been making arrangements and delivering supplies to rural shops and merchants. Sounds like they're heading our way too. This is gonna be massive for us. You know, up until recently I heard some shady stuff about them from merchants. But if they give us a hand here, then I'm definitely going to revisit my thoughts on them. Kleist & Co., huh? They're really showing their generosity now at such a crucial moment. Been rising up through the industry, and now they're one of the major players. Hold on, this truck. I see you figured it out. This is one of the fleets of trucks Hugo has sent out to deliver aid packages all across the Empire. Kleist & Co. has plenty of reserve supplies. There's a lot of people we can still help. Now that that thing has appeared over on the coast, everyone's feeling on edge. Least we can do is get the supplies out. Might help us start making up for the trouble we caused too. You're really pulling out all the stops, huh? Merchants are people too. This is do or die for everyone. As the new representative of the Ordis branch, you leave taking care of this port city to me. Just concentrate on what you need to do. And whatever happens, don't lose. If you insist. I should get Ash ready, shouldn't I? At the announcement, government said it's just some new military facility. Still, something just seems off about it. Go to any city in the area and all you'll find is people sick with worry and anxiety. Let's be quick with our delivery. Hopefully it serves as even a partial apology for all the trouble they've had to endure so far. Lysenko's done some pretty shady business up to now. That's why we've got to do everything we can to make things right, now more than ever. By the way, Hugo got Wards a place at the hospital in Heimdall. I'm gutted about what happened to Wards, especially considering how much I owe him. But I'm gonna try damn hard to repay him. He needs that now more than ever. Alright, let's go pick up Ash. So we spoke to those two. Let's bump you out. There we go. And down we go again. Orders. So that pillar out in the harbour is part of the operational facilities for the floating stronghold, huh? People are really anxious about it, but isn't it a weapon that will be used against Calvard? It's about as reassuring as things can get. Yeah. That pillar is a little eerie, isn't it? All of us in Ordis, the port city, were completely surprised when it appeared out over the water. If only the government had just warned us a little beforehand, we could have avoided the panic that the city's in right now. In any case, the facility is for use against Calvard. It poses us no harm, so we don't need to worry about it. I think you need to worry about it, but, you know, that's just me. My husband lent his boat out to help with that investigation into the White Pillar. Our family business is marine transportation, so he knows the ships in the sea like the back of his hand. And given that, whatever that thing is, I can imagine that his skills are going to come in very handy. We need something to change, and soon. Our financial situation is terrifying. My hair's about to fall out. Present actions lay the structure for the future, right? I'm sure that his labours will bear fruit for us later on. It said that he would speak to Marquis Regan about it. I wonder how that went. I'm sure that his labours will bear fruit for us later on. Maybe we should have Angelica around, maybe. What is the meaning of this, Gorty? Clyde's distribution centre plan. You said it was guaranteed. Guaranteed! Just hold on a minute. You're the one who's responsible for these massive losses. Weaseling around, trying to enrich yourself, acting like you know everything. You'll want to talk. Weren't you the one who kept increasing your share to gain the upper hand? Give me back my mirror, you shameless snake. Took the words right out of my mouth, you bumbling buffoon. My apologies, gentlemen, for interrupting your exciting chatter, but the Government Accountability Inspectorate would like a word with you. They're quite interested in this situation. Why the Government Accountability Inspector be calling here? This is bad, Richmond. If you start snooping around, they could easily find out about our insider information. A situation like that would put just about anyone in a panic. Guess you reap what you sow. Come off it. You're the one who started the whole affair, if you had never opened your stupid mouth. Man up and take responsibility, Gorty. Give me back my investment. At any rate, I remember well, Richmond. I was brought to the edge of bankruptcy and I will have my losses compensated, mark my words. Oh dear. They really do have something to say for every scenario. Can you imagine how their smug faces would look if this went belly up and they went bankrupt? My curiosity is certainly piqued. Dear, oh dear. Did you hear about the strange giant tower object appearing in the ocean yesterday? It's truly the most surprising thing, appearing out of nowhere with no forewarning whatsoever. Now don't misunderstand, I am very content with our government, but they could tone down the appearance a little. When you place something massive like that without any prior warning, the nearby residents are sure to be more than a little unsettled. We also need to keep our eyes and ears open for any information or developments that might arise once the fighting begins. Oh dear. The appearance of that strange pillar-like entity over the water really took those of us in the city by surprise. However, after much discussion with manager Warburg, we mutually decided that our hotel would continue providing services as normal. We understand our guests' worries over the current situation, but we assure you that we are following developments and acting accordingly. Please enjoy your stay here and know that you are in good hands. Even after the war begins, our hotel will continue to operate as usual. Assure you will act accordingly. Good hands. Right, anyone upstairs? There is one person upstairs. Bringing out such perplexing things as that fortress and those pillars. And right before the war starts too. It's clear as day that the government is moving quickly, as to avoid being questioned by the everyday citizen. I have no idea what the government does in the shadows, out of sight. But at the very least, I'd like for them to recognize that they are losing the people's trust and fast. I'm actually on pretty friendly terms with Nora, Count Gorty's maid. We'll also sometimes go out for late-night drinks after work is done, and have a nice chat. I've been meeting up with her again to complain about this miserable government's policies, and in her case, her miserable employer. Oh dear. Alright, so we got Kleist & Co. and the conscription office. I think that's pretty much it. Sure, we can even go in the conscription office, I imagine not. Stop by Riviera Court to take a gander around. They're using some top-notch ingredients, just like you'd think. Given the current state of things, prices are a little on the high side, but it looks like they've held out from compromising on quality. A little luxury every now and then go a long way. But Kleist is generally cheaper and more convenient. You have to split up your shopping between different stores. Indeed. Kleist Mall is the place to go for staying within budget. When you want to splurge a little, you head over to Riviera Court. It provides the right amount of variety if you shop at both. It's perfect. Recent events have left me with some anxiety, but as a maid, supporting your household and its members is not up for discussion. Welcome, welcome. Here to pick up something nice. All of today's products are fresh and delicious. That large pillar's sudden appearance has really thrown me for a loop, I must say. Everyone at Riviera Court worked so hard. I'm embarrassed about my own efforts and how the pillar's appearance has affected me. I temporarily adopted the mindset of a beginner. I'm reviewing everything, starting with the fundamentals. I hate to lose to them merely because I was too absorbed in my own way of thinking. Cinnamon, Becky. Might be strange, but I've temporarily adopted the mindset of a beginner. Right, I ought to let Capo know about my decision. He was the one who made me realize I was becoming stuck in my ways after all. Indeed. The book I ordered express is already here. I've really been looking forward to reading it. It's an old adventure story. It's got some pretty famous quotes and the main character is so cool. Besides, my father used to read it to me way back when. It carries a lot of memories for me. I'm going to give it a read. Hope Father can make it back home safely, just like the hero does. Father's probably out on the front lines right now. I don't think anything could stop me from worrying about him. But maybe reading a few chapters will put me at ease. Who knows? Maybe it'll even serve as a prayer for his safe return. Oh, he's thinking about his dad in his own way. I've been putting in orders for some older books. They're more popular than you'd think. Actually, they're selling better than the new releases. Yeah, I don't get it. What kind of person would want to read some musty old tomes when there are shelves full of brand new books to experience? Just doesn't make sense to me. Nostalgia makes this be a big comfort right now. War's starting. No, I'm not going to worry about that. I just think of it as discovery of a new sales method for something. That's fine. Our standard approach is to stock up on new releases. We release them before our competitors can. It looks like we've got another angle to approach now. Maybe we could have a blast from the past section for the time being. Might be looking at a war soon, but the ability to integrate new discoveries is what separates a first-rate merchant from the rest. Oh, indeed. Welcome. We've finally reached the day the war begins. Oh, everything's left me so nervous. Spent all morning glued to the radio, listening for new developments. It's been a month and a half since the attempt on His Majesty's life, but it really feels like the blink of an eye. There's no stopping it now, is there? I just hope they'll manage to bring things to an end quickly. Well, at least the people in the city are calmer than I would have expected. Just hope they'll manage to bring things to an end quickly. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna end quickly if we don't intervene. Put it like that. The government keeps emphasizing that the pillar is just a weapon of theirs. It's far too sinister, I don't believe it. It doesn't seem like the military police or the governor know too many details either. Can't afford to be careless here. It appeared out of thin air is so unsettling. There was nothing there before. Chancellor Osborne and the Imperial government must be planning something. I've never in my life seen anything like that ghastly pillar. It's horrid. It doesn't seem to be operating via orbital energy, so what in the world is it? Ah, not orbital energy. When you inspect it closely, it really does stand out. Such sinister energy. Certainly doesn't inspire a sense of trust, does it? No. No, it does not. I was beginning to worry that I wouldn't be able to acquire the special toppings my ice cream needs. Class & Co. stocked me up. Used to hear some rather unsavory rumors. Once I met them, though, they were so sweet. Really should drop off some treats for them later. If we like that around Erebonia's future is as bright as ever. I wouldn't go that far. We should probably keep our distance. Standing out is the last thing we want. Right, so we'll end this part here then anyway. In the next part, carry on going around Ordis, Port City. Ta-ra for now.